Welcome back to Jack Daniels. Time to talk some Cowboy baseball with head coach Justin Hill entering his third year with the Blue and Gold. Congratulations on the opening weekend, taking the series against Southern Illinois. We're going to get into some baseball, but let's talk about the opening day weekend at home, the crowds, the facilities. I went to the ball game Friday night. Yeah, great weather. You had to be awfully pleased. I don't know what the final gate was, but it was impressive. It was impressive.
We did really good. I think our marketing promotions did a great job of putting that out there, and obviously the weather. Anytime you have something like that, it was really good.
Yeah.
You know, and our kids were really excited. You know, I think the home field really helped us out, and it was a good atmosphere for baseball.
Yeah, and that was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I hear the crowds. I went Friday. I heard Saturday was solid, and Sunday as well. Again, time of the year. This is non-conference. Southern Illinois got a little bit of a name appeal, but you know it's not LSU or conference play.
So. Right. No, I think our promotions did a good job. Plus, I think we're coming off a couple successful years, and you know we've got a lot of local talent on our team as well. And I think that certainly helps. You know, Sunday, anytime you have a noon start because of travel, you know, I was very pleased with our crowds, and they got a chance to see good baseball all three games.
Yep.
We'll get into more of that in a minute. But I think a lot of the buzz is the ballpark.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you've done so far and what's still to come. With
right. And that's one thing we're really excited about. You know, our kids like to go out and practice every day just because it's a fun place to be at. You know, we had the turf. This is our second year fully on the turf. We added the brick walls down the side, and for this season we've had a new backstop net, a full new backstop. We moved everything up about 15 feet, with the future plans in 2017 of actually adding seats in there.
Exactly.
We weren't able to get the seats. Apparently, the manufacturing business.
It'd be like box seats?
It'd be like box seats. We're probably going to add somewhere between 120, 150 seats down at the bottom. It's going to be spacious. It's going to be almost luxury in a way.
Well, cool. I'm trying to. I haven't been out there this year yet. I'm trying to picture in my mind.
Shame on you then.
I don't remember that much space between home plate and the back. Is it pretty tight?
Not really. I mean, it's regulations is somewhere about 60 feet, and we're right at that. It was about a 75-foot backstop.
Okay. So it was more.
So it was a little bit more. It didn't seem it because of the way the stands were set up. I mean, and originally the way the backstop was set up with the poles, it was at one point in time there was a chain link fence back there with the backstop. They retrofitted it with netting, and we still had 24 poles back there to be able to support the net that we had. But we went from 24 poles down to 4 poles, and we extended the net. It looks great, and it's going to just keep looking better.
Yep.
Yeah. Coach, just talking about it, and Rick had mentioned I went out to the noon game on Sunday. The one thing that probably impresses me, and you mentioned it, was that the marketing team. Tell me, what did you guys do different besides having a facility that looks a lot better? Not to talk bad about the other one, but Coach, it looks different out there, honestly. Folks that haven't gone and need to go see. Give us a little bit more as to what's to come, Coach.
Well, I think at least with the market and everything we've had, you know, we've been doing this for a couple of years. I think word of mouth starting to get out a little bit. So I think the people that have been there, they kind of know what has been going on. We just got a little bit more people involved in it now. But as far as some things to come, we're wanting to do something with the back of the stadium. We want to brick the back of the stadium. We do have a new perimeter fence coming, so it'll be a decorative aluminum, look like a wrought iron fence going around the perimeter fence part of it. Right now there's a gray fence, so we're just in the process of getting that taken care of. It will be done this year. We're hoping, I was on a conference call this morning about a scoreboard. There's a good chance we'll have a scoreboard up. We're hoping by the ULL game, which is Wednesday, March the 2nd. If not, soon thereafter. There will be a new scoreboard this year. We know that's going to happen. In addition to some other things that we're doing. So we're really excited about what we're doing. Obviously, the lead donation with that was Mr. Joe Miller. He's given us over $1 million in the past calendar year, and he's done so much, not only for us, but baseball throughout the Southwest Louisiana.
Yeah, big kudos to him as well.
Great,
Justin Hill, McNeese baseball coach, has joined us. Let's get into some scores. Let's get into some nuts and bolts and the team and how you've put it together. 5-2 in the opening win, a 2-1 defeat to Southern Illinois, and came back to beat them. I believe 8-4 was the final score. So you take 2 out of the 3. Give us a sense of building this team offensively before we go to the defense. You made a quote that you like the way this, and it's very early. It's very early, obviously, but you like the way this team is going to shape offensively.
I think
Explain
we've got
a little
a
bit
chance. You know, we played 10 freshmen this weekend, and I don't know if they keep.
What's that number again?
10.
10. I had to hear it right. That was 10.
And we have 11 freshmen on our team. The only reason one, he's a little banged up right now, and we're hoping to have him back in a couple weeks. But you know, and 4 of those guys were on the mound. But talking offensively, we've got some returners coming back that they're good college hitters. They know what to expect. Joe Provenzano coming back as a freshman All-American. We've got some youth offensively, but we have some older guys as well with Connor Crane, Louis Gilbo, and Matt Galle, Cameron Tools back there defensively again for us from a catching standpoint. But you know, the youth that we have, they're really talented. You know, but we're going to make some young mistakes sometimes, but they're going to be aggressive mistakes. And you know, I don't sense this team being young for very long. I think we'll learn a lot about them. I was really proud of how the guys went out and played with energy. I mean, and were able to be in the moment, doing a good job of that. And, but offensively, I mean, we did lose that ball game on Saturday, but we had the tie and run at second base with 1 out. You know, I mean, we had some opportunities that just and we hit the ball well. It would just hit right to them sometimes, and that's the game. Obviously, we want to try to get them all.
Spend a couple seconds on a newcomer. You had Ricky Ramirez.
Yeah. Ricky's a special athlete. You know, he DH'd the first night, played first base for us on Saturday, and then actually played center field for us on Sunday.
He's all over the place.
He's all over the place, and believe it or not, he actually pitches for us too. He's a left-handed pitcher, and you know, I think the biggest challenge for me is figuring out where he fits in best for us, because we've got some athleticism on our team that we haven't had. We've had some athletes, but I think throughout the lineup we have some athletes this year, and it's a matter of just getting them opportunities, see where the lineup's going to fit best. And so the conference is going to be leading up to conference is what it's going to be the thing of us seeing different lineups. We haven't had the same lineup in 3 games. You won't see the same lineup on Tuesday against Houston either.
Well, that's normal to be tinkering with a lineup, particularly this early in the year. Even when you get into conference, do you see this as you're going to have 9 starters every day, or do you foresee this being a team where the whole lineup, I mean the whole roster at some point will get used?
I would see the entire roster getting used at some point. You would hope there would get some level of consistency, whether it be a left-handed pitcher, right-handed pitcher, or the style of pitcher, or how we do it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whether we're going to use 2 catchers or 1 catcher. You would hope there would be some level of consistency once we get to that, but it's ultimately up to those kids to figure out, you know, and perform when they do.
Exactly. Coach, one of the things that we talk about a lot on the show is that pitching can be the heart of your team. How big a factor do you think that will be for the Cowboys this year in being successful?
I think it's the number one thing for us. It's the number one thing. We've got a very, very difficult schedule. Leading up to even through the beginning week of conference, playing Houston Baptist. You know, our next opponents, we play Houston. We play UTSA, who's a perennial favorite. In Conference USA, they went to the postseason 2 years ago. We have Lafayette, who's number 8 in the country. We play Bradley, who was a number 2 seed in the regional in California last year. Then we play LSU, who just moved up to number 5. Then we play Houston. So there's a lot of there's not a whole lot of breathing room. I would get upset at the scheduling guy if he wasn't me. So
it is
but we you know. I would see the pitch, to answer your question, the pitching is vital for us, and the reason we felt, I wouldn't say, the reason we're comfortable with this schedule is because we've got a veteran pitching staff coming back. You know, at least on the front end and the back end with Colin Cover. Even saying that, we threw 4 freshmen this weekend, and you know, and they all came in really difficult situations. One was the first guy of the pen on Friday night, and then 2 freshmen threw on Saturday, and then we had another freshman throw on Sunday. I think the total for those 4 freshmen, I think they gave up 2 runs. I think it ended up being like 13 innings. So I thought they were pretty impressive.
We're going to leave it there. Hang with us. We want to hold you for another short segment because we've got some interesting things we want to cover. We want to hear some more a little bit about pitching. And as we go to break, Saluki, Southern Illinois. Is that a 4-legged animal or 2-legged animal?
You know,
what is a Saluki? Is it a bird?
I don't know. I've heard of them.
I don't know what a Saluki is.
Any idea?
No, but everybody knows what a cowboy is. So
there you go.
That's important.
Is that guy, is he quick? Is he quick or what? The Saluki.
Wow, Rick.
All right, we'll take a short pause.
Okay.
I did too. We're coming back in 2 with more with Justin Hill of the Cowboys baseball team. Stay right here. Welcome back to Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino. We're having a good conversation about baseball with McNeese State head coach Justin Hill. Yeah. Before we get into more serious subjects that Hobbs likes to get into, what's with the mullets on pitchers? I mean, even in the majors and in high school,
kind of subject.
I mean, the hair is just like all over the place.
Yeah.
Fontenot's got hair, it's just like.
It's that good luck strand, Rick, is what it
now
is.
I don't know. We'd have to do our research. When you played, did it get into the shoulder? It was always close. Is it a Samson deal with hair?
I think it is.
Do they feel stronger with the hair flying all over the place?
Yeah,
mullets and pitchers.
I think it's just indicative of our culture right now.
Yeah.
Culture. Okay.
That's what you see on TV.
You're right,
that's what you see some things, and I was very fortunate to play for some coaches that they allowed us to be ourselves. And and I've also played and coached with other coaches who wanted it clean cut, wanted everybody shaved. It's less things for me to police as long as they're not drawing attention to themselves.
Yes,
they're being themselves. Plus, it gives them a little edge to them. And
I agree, Coach.
And when we go to play other teams and they've got to be all clean cut and stuff, there's a little jealousy on their side.
There you go.
So we like that too.
Yeah. A lot of hair. A lot of hair. All right, Hobbs. I stole your question. Maybe I don't know.
All right. After one weekend, of course, you've got it all figured out. After one weekend, I'm sure. We talked about the good things. Was there anything that you put down as first on your checklist to get fixed after one weekend?
The hardest thing,
area of concern.
Not really from the kids' standpoint. I thought we pitched it really well. I thought we had really good. I thought we played really good defense. The biggest concern is really for me. Because I've got to figure out sooner than later how to get these guys opportunities. I truly believe we have 12 to 14 position players that have deserved the opportunity to show what they can do in a game. Pitching wise, it's a little bit easier sometimes because you can roll multiple pitchers out there. But we were very fortunate on Friday night. I think it's one of the few times that I haven't made any type of defensive change because we had our best defense out there. Mm-hmm. And I think it was a little bit of a telling of the guys to let them know that defense is going to be a premium for us and what we're doing. So if we get a lead, that's what we're going to do. And so the guys are going to keep working on their defense and improving, and their opportunity will come. I just got to make sure and keep working those things in.
Yeah.
Coach, it's the beginning of the season. How do you look at the team down the road, progressing and hopefully being successful? But the one thing that you feel will have to get you guys to that point that, looking back on last year, may have fallen a little bit short on, but saying that you've got a little bit more experience now, how do you think you can get past that?
That's a difficult question.
I didn't mean to ask a difficult question.
And that's okay. I think
if you figure out what he just asked, let me know.
Yeah.
Just saying. Getting to the point where
he's going to answer it.
I know he is. Coach is a smart guy. Coach is a smart guy.
I would say the biggest thing for us is knowing that we belong. And I think our kids believe that. I think they believe that the last 2 years. But when the rubber meets the road, you go and play teams and teams that have been doing that have had success and maybe host regionals and have been up there. It's being able to handle those expectations, and you can't, you don't get experience, without getting experience. It's like asking for patience. If you need patience, you just wait.
And the key thing you said, Coach, earlier is that you've got some young kids, and they're gonna make some mistakes.
Yep.
And I mean that as a coach, man, your kids have got to love that because I know Coach is still gonna believe in me.
Yeah.
I mean that's a plus from you, Coach. I believe. Man,
I appreciate that. And they know we're going to make mistakes. It's just how you make the mistakes. Are you wide open? Do we have? And a big thing. One of the big things is we've got great older leadership. Our leadership council is just full of guys, and they're there for our kids and they're there for the younger guys, and they're going to help those guys along.
Justin Hill, Cowboys baseball coach, to join us. A couple more minutes with you, Coach. Kind of a two-part question. Do you have the best pitching staff in the Southland Conference as you sit now and what you know on paper that you have coming up? And coupled with that, you've had some pretty good early success with this team. Is the benchmark for you 30 wins, or are you inching that goal up maybe even more this year?
Well, I don't
30
think
seems to be the magic number.
Yeah, 30 is certainly a good number, and I think the hard part, and I know it's coach speak, but it's really, you know, how you perform on a daily basis, and you know, are you satisfied with winning one game on a weekend or 2 games, and how do you bounce back, you know? And the thing that was really impressive for me is we lost a tough one on Saturday, and our guys came back and responded. There was no motivational speech, there was no nothing, and you know, and I think what Bill Belichick has done, what Nick Saban has done, is they preach the process and stay in the moment. As much as some people wouldn't like to hear that's what it's about. It's about how you perform on any individual day. When you go to Alec Box and play in front of 10,000 people, can you trust yourself and play your game and do what you have to do? But our guys are talented enough. I like our pitching staff, to answer your question.
Are they the best?
I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see.
Rick, they're pretty deep.
We have a chance. We have a chance.
Rick, do you and Scooter know what Coach Hill was meaning when he said "stay in the moment"? Did you guys? Did you need me to
I got
explain
a
that?
moment for you.
You need me to explain that to the two
I
of
got a
you guys?
moment for you, Giggy.
I know what that
I had to get you a little smart. That's all.
All right, you know,
Had to get you
I'm going
back.
to have a little bit more
That's
fun
all.
with
No.
you. Because we talked
Had to
about
get
this
you
last
back.
year. You got some great baseball names on this roster.
do.
Joe Provenzano,
Yeah.
okay? Connor Crane, Ricky Ramirez. Am I missing anybody?
No,
Throw another name on it.
there's
I mean,
a few.
you got then they roll off the tongue. I like
Yeah,
Joe
they do.
Provenzano. I know he's a Paisan,
Provenzano.
but I'm
Yeah,
just saying it
Provenzano.
rolls off the tongue.
They do.
Joe Pepitone.
There you go. There you go. All right.
We're dating ourselves.
I know a little bit. Give us a sense, crystal ball. You talked about the non-conference. What about the conference? How is the conference shaping up this year?
You know, I want to say we had, as a conference, I think so the conference put it out, there was 29 wins over the weekend. We're the most successful for opening weekends our conference has had. It's going to be really competitive, you know, and that's why it's so important every weekend. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You know, it's a matter of when victors are there, you got to take them, and you got to show up every weekend.
Great opening weekend.
Yes, Coach,
great crowd.
Excited about
Guys and girls, the ballpark looks fantastic.
It
It's
really
going to be
does.
continually improved. This guy's got that program on the right track. They got
It is.
great kids out there playing hard. And you mentioned a lot of local.
Yeah.
If you're into
that's
local,
key.
got a
That's
lot
key.
of local talent. You'll recognize a
It
lot
is.
of Bryce Kingsley coming back
Yeah.
early March, second week.
Won't be long. Won't be long. He threw a bullpen. He'll throw a simulated game this week.
Okay,
And,
former Barb High
you know,
School
we're
star.
Gonna, We're going to look here pretty soon.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we're just being a little more conservative with that, but I think he's going to be fine.
Continued success. We'll have you back on the show. That is Justin Hill, Cowboy baseball head coach. We're taking a short pause, coming back to Jack Daniels in about 2 minutes. Stay right there.